relatively old Japanese guys, just like sweeping the street in Kyoto Station. My American brain is like, wow, I would never want that job.
I don't know why I love Japan so much. When I went to Japan, I fell in love with this beautiful culture and I care about it deeply. And in 10, 15, 30 years, you're gonna see Japan that looks totally different from how it was before. And I don't believe that just konnichiwa minasan, kyo desu. So I will be reacting to another video by the Japanese man Yuta. And this video is about, do Japanese want immigrants in Japan? I've talked about this subject multiple times in previous videos, but my thoughts about immigration in Japan, I think, for example, I know Kono Daijin was someone who was running for Prime Minister of Foreign Affairs, and thank God he didn't get elected. But long story short, I do believe if Japan opens up its borders too much, you're gonna see an influx of immigrants. And if the problems with Japan are not solved internally, I can see this problem affecting Japan in the near future. So I'm not gonna rant too much before we watch this video. So without further ado, ikimashou.
Hey guys, it's Yuta. So, immigration is not a popular topic in Japan, so I explained to them the immigration policy in Japan and asked for their opinions. Check this out. See you!
中国人とかは安い賃金で働いてるっていうイメージがあります。
とりあえず優秀な人はなんか優秀な技術者として、取るようにしてるんじゃないですか。
It is open, to most nationalities, but the process of getting approved to become an immigrant is a little bit stricter than some other countries like the United States. He has a student visa, I have a teaching visa. It's relatively easy to get a visa like that. Unless you have some type of job lined up, it's super difficult, which seems like that's the logical way to do it,
難民はあんまり受け入れられてないから、それはどうかなと思いつつも、最近のその情勢を見るとちょっと難民受け入れるのは怖いし、今のままちょっと保守的なままでもいいのかなと思うけど、でもやっぱり街中見ると日本人が多い、アジア人が多くて、もうちょっとなんか多様性みたいなのはあってもいいかなとは思いますね。
特に知らないです。確か今年日本で移民が決まったのが4人でしたっけ、2人でしたっけ、なんか結構少ない。難民でしたっけ。外国人のバイトの人とか結構多いって感じますけどね。
日本人の人よりその移民に来た方がなんかその労働に対して意欲があると感じてますよね、やっぱり。
少子高齢化だしね、人少ないし、バンバン外国人呼んで働き手増やした方がいいっては思いますけどね。
日本人でもだから食に困ってる人だったらその単純労働とかに行くから、そういう人たちが働けなくなるから。
結構不足してるんですけど。
不足してるんですね。ちょっと分かんないです。
I was here a couple months ago and I was in Kyoto, and I saw a couple like relatively old Japanese guys, just like sweeping the street in Kyoto Station. My American brain is like, wow, I would never want that job, and maybe that job here is not the same job as it would be in another country. Japan might not want to bring in lower skilled workers because there are people here who are totally willing to work it.
日本語をまず喋れないと、スキルを持ってない人が働けるような環境がまずなくて、例えばお店とかゲームセンターとか、それが一因かなとは思います。
自己保身ですよね、日本人の外国人の方がスキルが高いから。僕も今 IT 系に勤めてるんですけど、もう大体仕事は外国の方にバンバン飛ばしちゃいますからね。そう考えると、外国人が来ることによって、日本人の仕事がなくなるんじゃないかって思ってる人も数少なくないとは思います。日本人はあんまり外国人好きっていう感じでもないですし、落ち着いた感じでとか、おしとやかなとか、そういうのが日本人は好きなんで、あんまり外国の方のペラペラ言ったりとか、ああいうのが苦手だから避けてるんじゃないですかね。
やっぱり、なんか日本人より外人の方がその働いてる方多いと、なんか店の雰囲気とかもやっぱ悪くなっちゃうし、やっぱり接客してもらうのは日本人の方がなんかやっぱり 接客態度とかはやっぱり外人と比べたら日本人の方がいいかな。で
工場とかそういうなんか農業とかどうですか？
あんま考えたこともない人が多いと思います。
東京オリンピックをちゃんと成功させるために、まあ、人が足りないんだったらぜひちゃんとたくさん雇い手がしてもらって間に合うようにしてほしいです。オリンピックまで。
抵抗はないですか？単純労働者の会議いや特にないんですよ。
いいかなと思うんですけど、なんだろう、単純に例えばビザの審査を緩くするとかではなく、それに伴ってその職場ベースでの対策っていうのも絶対に必要になってくるから、制度の整いを一緒にやっていけるんだったら非常に素晴らしいかなとは思います。
どういう問題が、まあ、可能性としては考えられますか？
バックグラウンド違うと、なんていうかちょっと差別みたいなのもあり得るしっていう、まあ、文化的な違いにオープンな人も多いですけど、やっぱ保守的な人も日本はまだ多いから、この一人一人の意識の問題で移民がちょっと嫌な思いをしてしまうっていうのはあり得るなと思います。
まあ来たい人は受け入れるべきですし、やる気のある人はどんどん日本に、入れてもらって、で経済がまた回っていけば、まあ、日本としてもレベルが上がっていくんじゃないかと思いますね。
正直どうも思ってないけど、別に気にしてないっていう人が多いと思います。実際に。
強く賛成でもないし強く反
はい
対でもない。
どっちでもいいと思います。
そんな気にしないですね、私は。
オリンピックが終わったらでもやることないのにずっといるのは、まあそれはそれで大変なんじゃないかなってあっちの人コミュニケーションがしっかり取れるんだったら言葉の問題とかなくて、なんであっちが来るんだったらそれなりにできるんだったらいいかなと思います。
全然興味ないです。
I think that Japan needs a more open immigration policy, but I also don't think that they should completely open the immigration policy to just accept a bunch of people without actually doing, proper background checks first.
地方にもちょっと移民が行けるようにしてあげた方がいいと思っていて、なんかアジアから農業の技術を学ぶみたいなプログラムあっても、実際現場では結構なんか過酷な労働環境で働かされてて、それで事件になったりとかもしてるから、そういうのをサポートできるNGO とか法人みたいなのがもうちょっと発達して、東京とか大都市だけじゃなくて47都道府県どこでも行けるような働くとか住める環境づくりをまずはしてあげた方がいいかなと思います。
日本人はまだ日本人のコミュニティの中でしかやっぱりなんて言うんでしょう、環境に慣れてないと思うので、やっぱり差別ですか、もう多分まだあると思うので。
まあ寛容にすればいいっていうのはありますけど、ただ行き過ぎも良くないと。実際外国人の犯罪率が高いっていうのも本当だと思うし、ちゃんと規律を求めて、犯罪率とかちゃんとそういうのがありませんよっていう証拠とかを残したら、多分みんな認めるんじゃないかなと思いますね。
犯罪の他に不安な点みたいな。
犯罪以外はないんじゃないですか。コミュニケーション能力とか日本語が喋れないとダメとかいうおじさんとかもいると思いますけど、別に自分はそんな気にしています。
Boy, do I have a lot to say about this video. So before I start, I want to make one thing very clear. When we first started this channel, we mainly did reaction videos, but we also did into social commentary about, cultural differences, things about Japan, societal problems, cultural differences, politics, all that good stuff. And I know for a lot of Japanese, looking at this video, watching a foreigner who doesn't even speak complete Japanese, talking about your country so much may seem a bit weird to you because, why do I care about Japan? I don't live there. I've only been there twice. You have no clue how it feels like to be Japanese. I don't know why I love Japan so much. When I went to Japan, I fell in love with this beautiful culture and I care about it deeply. And even though I say things that you may not agree with, my hope is that people will at least be open to what I have to say and just know that my intentions are never to harm Japanese people or harm Japan. But I just, just give people my thoughts on what I think is best for the country. And I just want you guys to know that I love Japan a lot. I don't know why, but this foreigner, this Kokujin, loves Japan a lot. But anyway, with that out of the way, here's my thoughts. My thoughts is that I believe a lot of Japan's problems stems from its cultural problems it has. The problem with shortage in labor, the low birth rate, marriages on the decline. I believe the societal problems are internal problems that Japan has to fix within itself. And like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Kono Daijin, one of the politicians who was running for office, his plan was to open Japan up to mass immigration. And I had basically said that I don't agree with that because I believe that having an influx of foreigners is going to change Japan forever. And if you understand the history of Japan, Japan was a country isolated for more than 250 years. And you're basically on an island, knowing only your own people. 98% of the population is homogenous. I know Japanese people are not necessarily, it's not like America or some countries in the West where you're right next to a neighboring country. So you're used to kind of seeing foreigners and different cultures. And like some of the people said in this video, Japanese people are very non-confrontational. They're very respectful. They have a lot of emotional intelligence compared to foreigners who can get a bit more rowdy, can be more vocal, can be more confrontational. I believe that there's a lot more foreigners that come to Japan. Japan is definitely going to have a rise in crime rates. I believe that Japan is going to have a lot of cultural clashing with people from other countries, even Asian countries, because of how different other countries are culturally to Japan. But not only that, I believe whenever you move to a country, it's important for the person to fully assimilate. One problem that I have in America is, for example, I live in South Florida and there's a huge Hispanic population. There's Hispanics that move here that have been living here for 10, 15, 20 years and hasn't even learned English at all. And to us, it's unfair that this country, first language is English, and that people don't make an attempt to try to assimilate to American culture. And it's fine if you keep elements of your own culture. Of course, we're the melting pot in the US, but I think it would be a problem if in Japan, if they get a whole bunch of foreigners and they're not really integrating into the culture, obeying Japanese rules and trying to fit in Japanese society. I think you're gonna see a clash when even Japanese people getting fed up. They're like, we don't want these foreigners here anymore. In 10, 15, 30 years, you're gonna see Japan that looks totally different from how it was before. And I don't believe that just gaining immigrants is going to help the problems with Japan. I think Japan needs to look within herself and recognize that there's a lot of issues that she has to fix with herself, and that trying to get foreigners to come and fix these problems are only going to make things worse and introduce new problems to Japan. And what I don't want is for the Japanese people to start hating foreigners. And I don't think Japanese people hate foreigners at all. I just think that they're kind of indifferent, or they kind of appreciate them from a distance. But it's like the same with like being friends with somebody and living with somebody. When you live with somebody, you see all their flaws, you see their lifestyle, their habits, their beliefs, everything. And because it's more intimate of a relationship, it does in fact impact you a lot more, rather than, you guys are just hanging out one day and you guys, just go your separate ways because you guys live differently. I think being intimate with foreigners in Japan is going to cause a lot more problems. So ultimately, I don't think immigration is bad. I agree with some of the gentlemen, the Hakujin, that were in this video, where they said like they would wish that Japan would be a little less strict with immigration, but at the same time, don't just invite anybody, because I think it's also important for the Japanese people to be safe and not just bring anyone to Japan, because there's a lot of criminals, and certain countries do have a worse kinds of culture that I don't think Japan wants that infiltrating their country. So that's what I think. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Also hit that bell as well to get notified whenever we post a video. Arigatou gozaimasu, minna. Kiyo tsukete. Ja ne.